Ready? I don't know what to do with my hands.
You're like Ricky Bobby. just...
All right, ready?
Yep, ready.
Hey guys, this is Daniel with TLC 4x4. Behind me, we have a 1989 FJ142. For those of you that don't know what an FJ142 is, that's when we take an FJ80 chassis and all the components and marry it to an FJ62 body. This truck came to us as a really nice truck. The body was almost 100% rust-free, so it didn't take long to get this truck through the paint and body process. We decided to paint this truck M6T Aventurini green color. The customer chose this color because this color kind of flops between gray and green. In certain lights, it's gray, and then in certain lights, it's green. When you get it out in the sun, you can definitely see the green come out of it. We finished this truck out with our TLC front and rear bumpers, running a worn winch. All the emblems, grille, and side marker covers have been blacked out or powder coated. Keeping with our Restomod theme, we decided to run a more modern projector style headlights that we got from JW Speaker, along with amp research automatic steps. What's cool about these amp research steps is when you're driving the truck or when the truck is parked, they're tucked away. And then as soon as you open the door, they will fold down and make the access to the truck a lot easier. We are running our TLC side light marker protectors along with our billet TLC side vents. Moving on to the back, we have our TLC bumper. It has a tire carrier and a jerry can carrier. Keeping the tire on back of the truck enables us to run our TLC long range tank, which is about roughly 40 gallons. All of our parts, like our TLC billet vents, our gauges, and our gas tanks, are exclusive to our frame-off restorations. We're running 17-inch method wheels. When you're doing a FJ142, it's a little tricky to find the correct offset because the factory 80 axles are a little bit wider than your FJ62 axles, so you're limited on your offset and sizes. These methods fit this truck perfectly, and the wheels are not sticking out past the fender wells. For the FJ142s, we do run a FJ80 chassis, and that chassis needs to be heavily modified to fit the FJ62 body. We start by disassembling the FJ80 completely, taking the chassis and mounting it in our jig. It keeps the chassis true and straight. That allows us to shorten the chassis by 4 inches. From there, we cut all the factory FJ80 body mounts. We have our own TLC 4x4 mounts. They're specially made for the FJ62s. Those will get welded in place. Body will be fitted on there. And from there, everything comes apart and the chassis goes to powder coat. Our axles are also disassembled, and then all the internals are replaced with new parts. For our suspension, we're running a combination of OME springs and Fox racing shocks. We're also running SLE off-road sway bar drop locks. For our exhaust system, it's a combination of GM Performance catalytic converters and a 2.5-inch custom stainless steel mandrel bend exhaust. Since we're using the FJ80 chassis, it allows us to use the factory ABS system. For our rotors and our pads, we're running DBA Australia, and for our brake hoses, we're running SLE off-road. As far as all the hard lines, they're all OEM Toyota hard lines. For our fuel system, we're running our long range tank, which is roughly around 40 gallons. From there, we are using AN fittings and push lock hose to deliver the fuel to the engine. The engine that we're running in this build is a LS3 430 horsepower mated to a 6L80 transmission. We work super hard on keeping everything clean and neat. All of our harnesses are tucked away in the inner fender wells. All of the engine management components are inside the truck underneath the dash, but they're super easily accessible. We custom build all our AC hoses. That allows us to pick and choose our lengths. All of our wires and cables are measured to size. Perfect example are these grounds right here. They're measured so that way there's no excess wire hanging off the battery. Even down to our hose clamps. This is a regular hose clamp, but we spend the time to heat shrink them and make them look black so they don't look ugly. We replace all of our hardware with brand new metric hardware. From there, we move on to all of our latches, brackets. We strip those and then send them to get zinc coated. The bottom side of the hood, a lot of times the OEM foam is cracked or it's let loose, and the hoods have that little wobble. So we replaced the old foam with new, giving the hood the rigidity. After the hood is all done, buffed and painted, we replace a new hood liner, all new hardware, along with new weather stripping. Once the truck gets painted and is finished getting wet sand and buffed, the next stage is interior, mainly interior fabrication. So with that, we start off by dynamiting the whole interior of the truck. All of our door panels are hand fabricated. Our carpets are not kits. We hand fabricate those and make them fit each truck. With this truck, we spent a lot of time in the design process. We wanted this truck to have a modern Restomod feel to it. So we started by wrapping our dash pad in leather, hand stitching all the seams. The steering wheel was wrapped in leather as well and hand stitched. Then we built a custom console and a cup holder section. We also incorporated the e-brake handle. On the FJ62s, the console is offset, causing it to be very uncomfortable. But by us incorporating the e-brake handle makes the center console larger and more comfortable when you're driving the truck. For all of our door handles, door pockets, and pull handles, we're running our TLC billet pieces. For our stereo and audio system, we're running our JVC head unit, along with Kicker KX speakers and a Kicker amp and a subwoofer. This JVC head unit allows us to run a backup camera along with Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay. As far as the seating in our truck, with our back seats, we're using our factory FJ62 seats. Those seats are all taken apart. The frames are then sent out to be sandblasted and powder coated. Once they come back to our shop, we will make new foams and make new seat covers. For the front seats, we're running a 100% brand new seat. A couple advantages of doing this: the foams are all brand new and the bolsters are a little bit better than the factory OEM ones. We can also make those seats heated as well. So every time I get in a customer's truck that has a winch, you always find a winch controller either in the glove box, you find them in door pocket, or just rolling around the truck. Our team set out to solve this problem for all our customers. So we developed a small little pocket that holds your winch controller and also holds your gloves. So that way the controller stays in one place and it's not rolling all over your floor, and when you need it, it's not there. If you like this truck, please subscribe to our channel. We have a lot more builds like this coming up in the future. For the front seats, we're running a 100% brand new seat with a custom-made seat cover. For the front seat, we're running a brand new, didn't sound good. For the front seat, we're running a brand new seat with a nice, for the front seats, we're running a brand new seat. Forget about the front seats. We're not doing the front seats.